Today's video begins with a disclaimer. All visual media purported to depict Sasquatch creatures apparently remain the sole property of one person, Todd Standing, from his 2011 Sasquatch project called Sylvanic. You know, there's a music band that has a similar name. I'm sure he's going to sue. Badger. Anyway, this is supposedly named for a hidden canyon nestled deep within the depths of the Rocky Mountains, so it's supposed to be somewhere in North America, I'm assuming, but only as it is now called supposedly by, quote, natives, which, if you're not aware of what that word doesn't mean anything, what group, and not, quote, the name that may have changed in the last century, meaning the name it's had for over 100 years. Now, Cabin in the Woods is a YouTube channel that in 2025 decided to do a video that said Todd Standing's critics were wrong and lying. Now remember, I'm criticizing Todd Standing, and I have to make sure that we have that statement that anything depicting Sasquatch suddenly belongs to Todd Standing. Anyway, also, his Bigfoot footage is the ultimate proof, and again, like every other claim like that, Bigfoot footage is almost invariably faked. Like, poorly faked. ThinkerThunker's 2018 critique, which I misspelled, I don't care if I misspelled, of Todd Standing's Bigfoot versus Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot footage. By the way, I've done remakes and rebuilds of the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot footage, including making a 3D version of it for a group of people that asked me to and got paid for it. So I have some knowledge of this, but anyway, let's move on. That video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by, quote, Sylvanic Bigfoot. The website doesn't exist anymore, and presumably the LLC and or branding doesn't either, so will I get flagged? Because I'm going to be doing a critique same way. When you look up Todd Standing, Bigfoot, and this, I'm going to claim Sylvanic is a trademark. I'm going to assume that's a trademark he created because that's supposed to refer to a canyon or a valley or anything you want it to be. But that's a specific spelling that only shows up if you look up Todd Standing, meaning the claim of where this is happening isn't being obviously given. Where did you make this recording? Let me compare it on Google Street View. You know, eventually every place on the planet is going to be in Google Street View. Someone will go to an area and take a photo of it, and we can compare and contrast your video. That's supposed to be proof, total proof, 100% can't debunk it. But if I find out it wasn't done in the same area because the mountain range doesn't match, I get to do a video, right? You're not going to flag me for quote-unquote copyright violation for criticizing your work. By the way, if anybody's curious at this point, what I'm criticizing is that Todd Standing, a.k.a., what was it name again? The Sylvanic Bigfoot group or organization did a copyright claim sometime after 2018 based on a website that was gone by then. So where's your LLC at? Anyway, video number 5's subject, the cryptid, resembles Mr. Todd Standing in a mask. Todd Standing in a mask. You should change your last name, sir. It's confusing. Allowance is lawfully made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, that's this video, comment, that's also the video, news, reporting, nope, teaching, yes, I'm teaching you not to be easily fooled and stop being sheeple. Scholarship, I don't know if that would work. Research, maybe. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Right? Okay. Todd Standing, a.k.a. quote-unquote Sylvanic or Sylvanic Bigfoot. Yeah, I'm going to leave a link to the Sylvanic YouTube channel just because if you claim... This is phonetically very similar to a band's name. Are you going to sue them? Going to claim a copyright? Anyway, Sylvanic, Sylvanic Canyon, sounds Russian or something, or area. I tried area, canyon, whatever. You're saying it's a canyon on your website. I'm going to show that in a minute. Didn't match any documents. Did you mean Sylvanic? you know, did you misspell it? Canyon or area? There's one 30 miles east of Bishop in the state of California at this location. There's also a Sylvanic Valley, British Columbia, according to, well, some true believers. Humanresonance.org used that expression, and no, that doesn't show up either. There isn't one. Are you using that, Mr. Standing? Come on. Are you using this as a trademark? Because you can't copy strike the video for a trademark being mentioned. And if you claim your pictures are owned by you and you have the right to sue people over it without getting permission, I am not required to get your permission because, again, under the law in the United States, fair use trumps, forgive the term, any of your rights. I'm allowed to criticize you. Are you going to flag me or not? Is this video getting taken down? Everybody watching the video knows. So let's do this. Here's everybody else using screenshots of your video. Here's one comparing apparently your face. I don't know if that's you. And the critter in the outfit. It would be helpful if you didn't have a photo taken of you that was close enough to that they could do that kind of comparison. So anyway, and some of the videos are called Muppet. Lawsuit tossed out by Canada court because reasons. You're a fictitious litigant in some areas, so you're not allowed to file court cases. And if somebody files it on your behalf and it's found out, then maybe you're a fictitious litigant again? Let's move forward a little. He does videos of him in a ghillie suit talking about how awesome and wonderful he is. But anyway, everything naming Sasquatch, depicting Sasquatch creatures, according to a couple of websites, is his property. So I guess he owns all the Bigfoot stories. So let's move forward. This is the video that was taken down. Bigfoot versus Bigfoot, Todd Standing versus Patterson Gimlin footage. ThinkerThunker. I changed the title of the video, so ThinkerThunker, don't sue me. Don't flag me. Also, ThinkerThunker, if you have a copy of this, please do repost it. Comparison between they don't match at all. Does that mean Standing is faking results? You decide. I don't believe him because not because Todd Standing is lying or anything, only because he shuts people up for criticizing him. So here we go again. Anybody who's been on my channel long enough knows that this is the kind of crap that happens to me all the time. This is what it looks like now. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by, I can't pronounce it, Bigfoot. Again, did you create, by accident in 2011, a name that is more famous these days for, I don't know, being Sylvanic, which is a band? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's look here. Boop. This is your website, I can't pronounce it.com. The name may have changed in the last century, and as it is now called by the natives, and then over here, it is a well-hidden canyon nestled within the depths of the Rocky Mountains. And the website explores the mysteries and folklore that surround this enigmatic river pass that leads to an ancient valley. That's the claim. Unbroken chain of mountains encircles this valley. Then there's no pass. That's contradictory of itself. Sacred pass is guarded by the shadows of the mountain. A group of 4 people went into this valley on February weekend 2005 to document much information about Sylanic. Wait a minute, Sylv. So you misspell a lot. Again, I'm criticizing your spelling skills and your ability to have a claim that this or this are in fact a trademark to flag my channel for can't work if you can't keep your spelling consistent. If you spell it this way, down here, Sylanic, and you spell it Sylvanic, should we assume that you might have made a spelling error in the first place and maybe you don't know where it is? Did you tell people where this is? Now, this is the thing. I don't know if you did that. But anyway, copyright disclaimer. I don't own this website. I would never make a website this poorly. And most of the links on the left don't work, but I will leave a link to it. Good luck. The page was gone long before the copyright claim that had this effect. Here's an examination PDF format that was done from a website. A bunch of UFO chasers and such. What was it called? Oh yeah, woodape.org. And I had to download it because they don't want to host it to where it's visible. It has to be downloaded and then it becomes visible. And here's some of the stuff. The critical examination of Todd Standing's, whatever the spelling is, video subjects by Daniel Falconer and Phil Poling. I'm giving them credit, and these are screenshots from this. No ownership to the videos or photographs presented with are made by the authors. All visual media purported to depict Sasquatch creatures remain the sole property of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm doing the same claim. I'm going to be using this entire claim in my video. If this is at the top of the video and I don't show any content you can complain about until far enough into the video like we are, you flagging me can result in you losing the right to flag people. Author's notes, etc. We're going to scroll down, but the first thing they notice is the critter that's shown in the video lacks the little glob in the corner of your eye like humans and apes have. But here we got lack of, I can't pronounce it, lacrimerals. This is a toy chimpanzee toy, and here's the video subject. It looks like a Muppet or somebody just made a toy. It's a detail you have to have in or people determine that it's not a human. The wink video information, blah, blah, blah. Here we go again with that. This one is a flocked mask. That means it has some stuff put on it that looks like fur at a distance. That's what this looks like. It looks like a mask that someone put basically baby doll eyes in or teddy bear eyes in. Then we have hair growth pattern of video 4 and 5 subjects don't match. Basically saying they don't really match up with anything. We'll get to the point here. I'm not going to look at his work because, again, I think maybe they're right about him faking it. Most animals have hair patterns that go in a particular way. Humans are weird because we can have hair that can grow over our eyes, but that maybe has an evolutionary advantage. But hair growth patterns in animals usually follow a pattern. This isn't a pattern. That's a mask I've made masks like that for a movie. Let's move down, move down, move down, and we'll go down a little further, a little farther down, a little farther down. Yes, that's a joke from Benny Hill. And then we get down here a little further, oh shit. Yeah, if you're going to do a pose, this is called a 3/4 pose. This is actually more like a 25% angular pose. Don't do that and then do the same or very similar or almost the same pose for your supposed Bigfoot image. And don't make it have literally exactly the same lip pattern. There might even be a peculiarity in the lip that matches your face. Don't do that. Now, do I claim that he did any of this and he's faking? No. This video is not critiquing the video footage or his evidence or lack thereof. At all. None of this is. This video is criticizing this individual and YouTube ignoring fair use. This has nothing to do with the Bigfoot videos. This has to do with Google and YouTube knuckling under DMCA takedown rules. If you abuse the copyright system, you are perpetually denied rights to use it. And it's supposed to be literally first strike only. You don't get a second chance. The instant you abuse the legal system in the United States to silence people, there is supposed to be a heavy-handed response where they take away your ability to do it anymore. That means you have to set up a brand new LLC, hire another law firm, because that law firm does not want to lose the right to file court cases. Because if you're a lawyer and you do this, it's almost as bad. It may actually be considered worse than losing your right to file court cases before the bar. Because instead of being able to go before the bar, you're just never permitted to file a piece of paperwork again. You personally or the company. The company is going to fire you. If you work at a law firm, they will fire you dead ass. You're done. because you might threaten their ability to be able to file a legitimate takedown order.